David and Goliath. God had chosen a young man named David to be the new king. And David was a shepherd. God loved David, and he was always with him. But there were other things God needed him to do before he took the throne. David was a great shot with a sly shot because he used it every day to protect his father's sheep from fierce lions and bears. But David was clever in other ways too. He was famous for playing the harp, and he was summoned to the palace to play for King Saul. "Can you soothe the king with your playing?" one of Saul's servants asked David. "He is in a terrible mood." "Of course," answered David, and began to play. Sure enough, when the king heard David's sweet music, he quickly became calmer and happier. Far away, King Saul's battle with the Philistines was not going well. The Philistines had a fierce warrior named Goliath, who was 3 meters tall and stronger than an ox. He was very proud too. "Send your greatest warrior to fight me," sneered Goliath. "If he kills me, we will be your slaves. If I kill him, you will be ours." Only David was brave enough to take up the challenge. He knew that God would protect him. Saul offered David his own armor and sword, but David preferred to fight without it. He picked up his slide shot, put 5 smooth stones in a pouch of his belt, and set off to fight Goliath. When he saw David, Goliath laughed. "The Israelites' greatest fighter is a boy with a slide shot," he cried. But David stood his ground. "I come in the name of the God of Israel," he said. "I am not afraid." As Goliath moved closer to attack him, David pulled one of the small stones from his pouch, put it in his slide shot, took aim, and fired. The stone hit Goliath right between the eyes, making him lose his balance and fall to the ground. He was dead. When the Philistines' army saw, they ran into the hills. The Israelites had won. Years later, after Saul died, David became the new king. His greatest wish was to conquer the city of Jerusalem, so he could keep the sacred box of God's laws there, which contained the 2 stone tablets with the 10 commandments on them. Eventually, he succeeded. He built a royal palace there and made Jerusalem God's city.